in science, we've used math for a long time. You know, topics like physical science especially have used math for a long time. And, you know, this additional computational thinking is kind of in organized thinking where, you know, you're looking at the left side of a problem and the right side of a problem, and, you know, maybe things need to be equal. If you start off with so much of something on one side, then in the end of a process, what are you expecting to get on the other side? And that's what we mean when we talk about computational thinking. It's thinking, you know, you may not be putting the numbers necessarily in there, but you're thinking in a strategic way about the way overarching or holistically what an answer should look like if you know what, you know, if you know what's going in on one side, what should be coming out on the other side. We have been using math, but it's a good idea to really refine and define and really kind of talk about that the math really is an important part of science. And math is a tool. It's a tool for us. It's a necessary tool. We've got, you know, our ties to the Common Core, and we've aligned NGSS so that we make sure that the math that we're expecting them to use in the science classroom reflects the math that they should be also doing in their math classroom at the same time. So we want to show kids that this unbelievable tool is really useful and it's necessary for our learning of science and our advancement in science. So we're trying to make those strong connections for kids. A lot of times we see students who come to the science classroom and we're showing them how to use math, and only a couple kids will say things like, oh, we did that in math class, you know, 2 months ago. Well, we're trying to stop that and make sure that they, not just a few kids realize it, that we are very mindfully using the math in the science classroom so that they see the strong connections and how math really becomes a tool for science, and really legitimizing the need for being mathematically literate, because there's an awful lot of people who'll say, I've never used math since I got out of high school or whatever. And that's not necessarily true in the world today that's talking about analyzing data all the time and making good decisions. Those are mathematical processes. So this is a way for us to just bring math to the forefront and really acknowledge the fact that it's an important part of science.